Well, it's that time of year when all your Oscar contending movies start dropping in the cinema, trying to make that push for the Oscar nod, Napoleon, man, ever since the first trailer, I was like, this looks pretty damn good. Ridley Scott, one of my faves of all times. You got Joaquin Phoenix, Vanessa Kirby. So a good cast, great director, great story, great historian type joint. In high school, I've always been a history buff. Napoleon was a strange character to read about. It was a small chapter, but I remember him being really short, the big ass hat, always putting his hand in his jacket, his shirt. I thought that was weird, but he was a strange and complicated person, which makes for a great movie, right? Let's talk about it. Napoleon, directed by Ridley Scott. I was enamored how boring and soulless this movie was. Now, when it comes to the battles, the fights, the intergalactic on Earth battles were amazing. I couldn't believe what my eyes were seeing. Ridley Scott is in his 80s, mid 80s, and he still gets the grit, the grime of war, probably damn near better, can I say, than any other director. He's directed quite a few war films. This one is an exception. The fights in the snow, the old school way of battling, straight lines, line up. That's why they fought, makes for easy targets. But until they started fucking with them Indians, they didn't know how to fight, because the Indians was ducking behind trees and bushes, lighting the white man up. So they learned from the red man how to really fight. But it was fun to see the old school of war, how they behaved on the battlefield and how they interacted with each other to fight thy enemy. If you are an animal lover, caution, this movie is cruel to horses. Granted, they're not real horses, but man, I've never seen a movie focus on horses getting hit by cannonballs. And I don't mean off screen, it's up in your face and glorified, I might say. The soulless part. I was really surprised how Joaquin Phoenix just walked through this movie. Now, was that part of the character? I'm pretty sure, but there was also another dynamic to this character. When he was alone with his wife, it was weird acting. They did not behave like adults. They behaved like children. How they got together and the next minute they was married. Whenever they had a moment alone, it was childish like. Whenever they had an argument or a fight, it was not argumentative. It was throwing food and yelling. It was really weird. It's almost a little bit uncomfortable, I might add. But Vanessa Kirby is the standout actor in this movie. She's the best thing. And that's not saying a lot. She's easy on the eyes. She's a great actress, but she can only do what she was given the material to do with for the big screen. And it wasn't very much. This movie will be talked about from the war scenes. The first one is probably the best, and each war scene gets a little less exciting. But that first one will be talked about for years. I've never seen battles like this on ice and snow, what a cannonball does to the enemy in the battlefield, and also when it hits the ice. I don't know how he filmed from under the water these scenes of the ice breaking and the enemy falling into the, it was breathtaking. Beautiful destruction, beautiful mayhem, and I couldn't take my eyes off this film. It's about 2 hours and 38 minutes, and without the war scenes, I probably would have fell asleep. This is the type of movie in the future, when it's on streaming, I won't have the volume on. I will just watch it, be playing music in the background and doing other things around the house. Occasionally look up and catch the war scenes. It's that kind of movie. It will be forgettable. Far as Oscars, its chances are not good as far as the acting category. Now, sound design, best editing, best costume design, set pieces and things like that, it has a chance. But the acting is poor. It's soulless. It has no meat on these bones for any of these actors in this movie to grasp onto and make an astonishing performance. Vanessa Kirby's a standout, and it wasn't much. And it helps that she's extremely beautiful. I mean, she gets an A for effort just for being beautiful. But she tried. Joaquin Phoenix, I love this dude, and he just is forgettable. And the role of Napoleon in the title character, Napoleon, it's disappointing. This movie is not very good. But if you do see it from a film buff standpoint, on the big screen, you want to see these battles. It is breathtaking, like I said earlier. You won't believe your eyes what you're seeing. And it focuses on up close, the carnage, what bullets, cannonballs do to a human body, the structure around them, and the way they fight, how they will hide, and you think there's no one there that would pop up. Even though horses use camouflage in this movie, I thought that was really neat. Is that a real part of history? I hope it is, because I found it pretty fascinating. But in all good faith, you know, if you don't care about history, you don't care about war scenes, you can wait for this movie or not see it at all, and I would totally understand. 2023 has been a bad year for movies. Yo, man, Martin Scorsese, no one went to go see his movie. Now we got Ridley Scott, all these great directors from past time, and they still can get down and do the job, but the stories they're telling are not interesting the public. And I think these movies are getting too long, and people nowadays, if the movie's that long, they have a second choice to watch it 3 months later at home. Back in the 80s and 90s, you didn't have that choice, and people went to the theater to see these movies. Now, with the internet, they can look and see how long the movie is before they drive somewhere. Like, wait, well, I'm gonna drive here? Trailers, money on popcorn at the concession stand, I got kids and friends. Nah, I'm gonna wait for 3 months, watch it at home. When I need to go to the bathroom, I can hit pause, I won't miss nothing. The game has changed, and these type of movies now will suffer therefore. Hey, Joaquin Phoenix, at least you got the, Joker Part 2 coming out next year, right? Straight. In the meantime, be sure to like, share, subscribe, tell all your friends, and more importantly, leave your comments down low. And I'm out. Peace. You know the routine. Fade to black.